Well, my name is Alex Harris. I've been a website designer focused on improving conversion rates and maximizing your return on investment from your marketing campaigns. I've been doing this now for about 13 to 14 years. I originally worked at a .com for 11 of those years, and now I work at home as a freelance web designer. We run a small team helping people create their WordPress sites, their e-commerce sites, and landing pages.
Welcome to another website review with Alex Harris, where I show you how to increase your conversion rates and generate more leads.
Actually, I wanted to start with this website because it's actually really designed really well. And when a site is designed really well, sometimes it can be hard to identify where the options are to actually improve. So if I were to look at this website, I would certainly first look at the web analytics to figure out where the top traffic pages are. And then I would start to optimize based on those top traffic pages, but not only the individual pages that are generating the most traffic or the most revenue. I would use heat maps then to figure out where they're actually clicking. So in this case of Ray Lynn's boutique, you can actually use something like Visual Website Optimizer. Let me just make this a little bit big. You can actually use something like Visual Website Optimizer or Crazy Egg to run heat map software to figure out how far people are scrolling down, and then especially in the footer, what they're clicking on. So in this case, it looks like you got some social media going on and latest news down here and some Instagram stuff. And then the additional links. So if the heat map software will allow me to tell me exactly that people were clicking on about, or is there a contact down here? Maybe it's in the footer or header, maybe it's under contact. But more than likely, people want to learn about your website before they actually purchase. So my guess is that people come down to the footer and they click on about, or they click on hours and location. Because if you were to buy a prom dress, you probably need to get fitted in some way. So people probably want to know exactly where you're located and what your return policy is and those type of things. So I would use Google Analytics to figure out your top traffic pages, the top revenue pages, and the top bounce rate pages. Before I move on to some additional sections, if I were to test this site, what I would do is I would try to figure out if this slideshow is helping or hurting conversion. Shop summer dresses now. That's pretty direct. I mean, I think that's a good value proposition. Free shipping over $100. That's a great way to increase your order value, getting people to actually spend more money. But what I would do with your slideshow is I would test first a static image versus a rotating image. I would figure out if that's actually winning, and then I would test all the different slides to figure out which one is actually getting the best clicks. Then I would re-implement the slideshow and reorganize them based on which one has the most clicks and which one has the most conversions. It's a great way to figure out if this slideshow is actually working for you. Also, it looks like some of the call to actions, right here above Instagram, I would tend to remove some of the links that may be taking you away from your site and figure out where there's leak, because the site is really well done, but it may be area to continue to tweak more conversions. Because with e-commerce, obviously we want to get the total sale. We want people to actually go to the cart, but there's also a lot of micro conversions along the way. If you arrive at the home page and no one's actually clicking on what you want them to click on, then you need to create a micro version to get more clicks. If your bounce rates are high, then you may want to remove your Instagram links, and that may help get more people to the finish line as well. Also, you want to reorganize your top images or your top products by the best sellers. So if you happen to find out that one or two of these sells more than all the others, reorganize your homepage bestsellers, and then call them out as bestsellers. I mean, I think it's pretty obviously that you sell dresses and prom dresses, but there's almost a lack of telling people exactly what to do. What if people are not ready to shop now? And you see I just did that. I went to click on shop now and it moved over to there. So people can get frustrated with that. So I'd highly recommend testing some of those things. So let's click on a category. Let's go to prom dresses. As I said, great looking site, but immediately as I go through, I think there's a lack of ability to get either discounts or receive email. You always want to have some way to collect email addresses either above the fold or on your left sidebar. So I highly recommend adding an email capture option to that left nav right there, and you probably have it in your footer. Yep, you have it in the footer right there. Okay, on the call to actions of the footer, people like news and updates, but that necessarily might not incentivize them to actually put their email address in. Sign up for special offers and receive updates. Testing different call to actions would definitely be one of my biggest suggestions, and also sign up. Sign up, it sounds too committal. Get free updates. Get special offers. Sign up free. Make people know that this information is free. You don't want to assume that people know exactly what you're talking about. Let me just scroll through this real quick. Also, if you have the ability on your category pages to use faceted search or filtering, I know that this is a Shopify site, I believe. If you have the ability to use faceted search or the ability to narrow down sizes, colors, or brands, that would be a great way to add this to the left nav as well. And you can do that through companies like Nextopia and a few others. But it's particularly called faceted search. Also, in your navigation, blog is great. I definitely want to add blog to the navigation, but I would move it over to the far right. But is there a sale section? Are things on sale? Maybe is there a clearance sale? Or I would certainly suggest having a sale options, because even if people are looking for a prom dress or looking to pay full price, I would certainly tell people where they can actually save money. Finding that low-hanging fruit is one of the parts of the key wins. Summer collection, lacy, maxi, summer, vintage. I mean, that might mean something to fashionistas, but or brands. So you are filtering that way, but this seems a little bit too vague. Okay, let's click on this. Click view. I highly recommend doing this for all Shopify sites. This is a great way to get people to actually to the site a lot quicker. Showing the size right there is really good. Having a size chart, people always want to know what the size chart is, so I strongly recommend you adding that. Obviously, not all sizes fit all women, so you want to ensure what they're doing. Also, I recommend, in your AdWords campaigns, if you can figure out the top search queries that are driving the most conversions, more than likely it's prom dresses inexpensive, but I would try to figure out what those non-obvious ones, and you can do that by going into Google AdWords and under search queries and figuring out where the most search results are getting the most conversions. So in this case, dresses usually go for a couple $100 usually, but what if they're not interested in buying this right away? I would certainly recommend having a way to collect leads, above the fold on the left side. But this is a great looking site. I think you have to really just fine tune where those little nuggets of information are, and it's probably breaking down which of the top pages are driving the most revenue, and then breaking those down by by heat maps, figuring out where people are leaving and then why people are not leaving. Let's quickly just go through the checkout. So let's say size 2, I want black, I want to add it to the cart. Okay, I added it to the cart, but there's nothing that showed up that popped up that let me know that I added to the cart. I know from designing e-commerce sites that it showed up there, but maybe you want to have a little processing thing, and then there's almost like a confirmation. I think there's a way to do that in Shopify. But telling people of what action there is and what to do next, and I can show you a quick example of that, I believe. So great job having secure options. I would, if possible, can you make this secure checkout a different color than all the other buttons? Have it really stand out, because right now it's not telling me exactly what to do. Even though it says secure checkout, it should say like checkout now or continue checkout. Continue to go to checkout. Can you? I thought you had the option to get. Oh yeah, there's a shipping calculator. Because people always want to know what their shipping costs are before they arrive. Also, you're missing that shop with confidence box. What are your return policies? How fast does it ship? What does it ship with? What am I expecting? USA Today, UPS, FedEx. What did I error at here? Okay. Shopify's got a good checkout process. Contact, already have a contact. Also here, reinsuring the security, having great security symbols. Also, there's been a missing aspect of testimonials. Have more people tell about your product. Have pictures of happy teenagers that went to proms. Use that as an advantage to really increase your social proof. So I can't get back in any way unless I click down here and return to store. Let's see, I just want to check error checking real quick. Continue to next step. Okay. Yeah, Shopify does a good job of one-page checkout. Pop in any questions if you do have any questions initially. Shopify. But overall, that's a really great looking site. In order to check out how other people are doing this, I usually go up to the search engine rankings. I try to look exactly what you're trying to market. Indiana's prom dresses, tuxedo rentals, casual dress boutique. And this is how I'll figure out what other people are doing. So I just go into Google, Indiana's prom dresses. That's certainly a long tail search. And I just go through and I'll right-click and look at what other people are doing based on pay-per-click advertising. You don't want to do it based on natural search. You want to figure out where people are spending money and see what they're doing. So cheap prom dresses. Here's exactly what I mentioned. Faceted search, the ability to refine based on the category that you're on. We found all of these images, all of these products specifically for prom dresses. So this is a great example of using faceted search based on what they're looking for. Okay, let's say I have a body size of all body sizes. Pop open? No. A-line. So if people are looking for a particular dress, that way it gets them to their right product in a shorter amount of time. Also, up to 80% off plus free shipping. Free shipping, $299, so pretty expensive. They're having a sale and creating some scarcity in the header. Ships in 24 hours. People don't know when they're if their prom's coming up, when it's actually going to ship. So almost everything that I mentioned before, they're exactly doing. Offering different currencies, great way to do it as well. Some of this stuff might be difficult with Shopify, but you're able to do that. Pamela's dresses, free shipping in the USA, not the best example. JJ's House is a similar site. JJ's House. See, prom dreamprom.com, and JJ's House, doing almost the exact same thing. 50% off, calling out your best sellers and what's actually on sale. Having scarcity. See, it's very common for people to do the exact same strategies on all their e-commerce sites. Ooh, a lot going on there. Dillard's, ability to filter by color. Let's say I'm looking for that awesome gold dress. There you go. Boom. Gold dress. This is how you do it. Reviews. The ability to show reviews. People like to buy other things that people are buying. Great example of showing it right there. Showing reviews right on the page. Definitely recommend adding reviews. And there's a good site actually. If you don't use reviews in the site, you can actually use I think it's AdShopper. Adforshopper.com. So cool. We go marketing apps. I don't know. That's not the right one. I'll find it though. Another example. Exact same thing. This might be the same exact company with 3 different sites. Prom dresses, dream prom dresses, all doing the exact same thing. Creating scarcity, free shipping on prom dresses and wedding dresses, not showing the total amount, having reviews. Those 3 sites doing the exact same thing. Showing a sale with a promo code in the top header, great way to do that as well. Pre-holiday sale, end of summer sale, make it seasonal. If you do have any questions or you want to reach out to me, I do help a lot of companies with this. We go through web analytics and user experience to really figure out where those pain points are, where people drop off, what people are clicking on, and then we find those quick wins. Where are you making 80% of your revenue off of 20% of your products? And if you want to learn more, you can visit me at alexdesigns.com. Thank you for your time today.